Please, future, please. I'm on one.
This is an AI.
Why is it AI? Bro, he's just trolling right now. I ain't gonna follow. Future, please, bro.
This is AI voice.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zeph Royce here.
It's your boy Dance.
Hey, boy, Carl Fly.
It's House Money Entertainment, man. Episode 3 coming to y'all live. It's been a long week. I'm not gonna get too much into detail about my week, but it's been a very good week, I can say. Y'all want to get into y'all week? Y'all can let everybody know.
My week's been chill. I'm wearing sunglasses because I got my feet up right now. Taking care of some stuff. I had some car battery issues earlier this week, but we took care of that. Life is life, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for the love and support for the page. I've been seeing a lot of messages. I mean, everybody's been hitting me up every day. Thank y'all for the support. We love y'all. We're doing this for y'all, so man, keep up the support, keep up the love. We're gonna keep pushing out content. But other than that,
I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all, man. It's been a long week for your boy. Had a little health scare, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm fresh out the hospital. Like, I got out of there, came home, threw some shit on, and got right to the money, house money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't let nothing stop what's going on. We got a movement that we trying to do. I may have been down, but I wasn't out. Now I got the knowledge to know what to do and what not to do. We're going to keep moving, man. This is going to make this thing a positive thing, man. I don't look at it as negative. I look at it as a positive because everything that I'm doing from this point forward is going to push me into a better trajectory. It's not going to do nothing to harm me. It's going to help me. And this is to everybody that out there. Health is wealth, man. Make sure y'all taking care of yourself because I'm a firm believer in knowing that I've been through something. Each one teach one. I'm telling y'all, I might have not been here today, but y'all gotta understand, man. Make sure y'all taking care of yourself. That's the most important thing right now. Making sure you are straight. Feel me?
Yeah, I want to add on to what both of you guys are saying. More so to the viewers, we appreciate everybody's support, and what we're doing is for the people. It's not about just know we ain't gonna sell out. It's for y'all, bro. So support,
people, man.
This is genuine support, man. This is genuine content right here.
This is an AI.
Please support us, man. And we appreciate y'all. We're gonna give it back tenfold. So stay tuned for and prize. We got giveaways coming. We got a lot of live events coming up. WrestleMania, NFL free agency. I'm NFL draft, WrestleMania, AEW pay-per-views. We got a lot of live events coming up.
If y'all want to just keep up with what we got going on a day-to-day basis, just tap into the streams. We on Twitch, man. Everybody got their own little channel.
Everybody involved in this podcast that you're going to see in today's episode streams, and we'll make sure we leave our links in the description, so y'all check that out for us.
Yep. And first live event is going to be WWE WrestleMania. Yep. We're going to stream that pretty much the entire time, right? We're just going to keep back.
Because it's actually a 2-day event. So we got the 19th and the 20th of April. Mm-hmm. It's going to be some vibes. It's going to be people in here. We're going to have a little audience here. Everybody's going to be giving their real live reaction to what's going on in real time. But one thing I can say, this is house money. If you come to the House Money house, please respect the house. That's all I got to say about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Not everybody's going to be invited. I'll tell you that.
That's behavior.
Yeah, because we're not doing extracurriculars.
Those of you that are watching that will be invited. You already know what time it is, man. Yeah. Respect the house, good vibes, all of that. So,
yes, sir.
But yeah, let's kick this podcast off with our first topic. We're gonna start off with NFL free agency. It's getting real spicy, y'all. This week we had a lot of trades going on. A lot of pieces have moved, and I'll let you start off with that, Denzel. Let's get your 2 cents on NFL free agency.
Well, first things first, we gotta get the hard parts out the way. We gotta talk about the Dallas Cowboys. There was a rumor earlier this week that apparently the Dallas Cowboys were interested in dealing away Dak, to the Cleveland Browns. Guys, we know what this is. We know what this is. I think the viewers know what this is.
Jerry bullshit.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
It's headlines.
Yeah.
But you know what? To add on to the Cleveland Brown Dallas thing, this is the first time Dallas has been in the headlines about something in a minute that's actually of importance. Not shitting on Dallas, I it's easy to shit on Dallas. Is that we not doing that today? What I'm saying is that if they do make this move, if this is not a rumor and this is something that really happens, this could be a big break for them. They need it. They got competition on their side. Dude. They got the Eagles and the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? The Giants, we get there when we get there, but there's some, yeah.
I'm starting to feel a little bit sorry for Jerry at this point.
Thank you, because
for Dak.
I was about to end the podcast on that. Yeah, not feeling sorry for no damn Jerry.
I feel sorry for Dak about what he has to go through with dealing with Jerry, because Jerry can come out and say, "Hey, this is BS," right? He's a team GM, he's a team face guy. He's the guy that everybody's gonna come to. Hey, is this true or not? Right?
Yeah.
Has he said anything? No. Has the team said anything? Not really, right? But the insider for the Cleveland Browns, he's the one that's chirping this off. Yeah. And he's an insider. So this makes me think the Cowboys probably didn't want people finding this out this early on. Yeah. Because they were going to try to deal with that on not deadline day, but on a draft day. Which would have been crazy, because I'm pretty sure that would have broke the NFL.
Let me explain something real quick, because we not about to do too much talking about the Cowboys, because they ain't got shit going on. Okay? The best thing we've done this all season is sign a long snapper.
Damn.
Get out of here.
No.
No, we've made moves. We've made moves, but nothing noteworthy. Okay, nothing that's gonna put us in competition for the NFCs.
Yeah.
But as far as Dak and Jerry Jones and what you just explained, yeah, I would feel sorry for him if he actually did something.
Right.
If he actually was worth the money, if he actually, wasn't throwing 2-3 pick sixes in a playoff game every season. So no, I don't feel sorry for nothing. He
maybe it put some fire up on his ass.
You lucky I ain't the owner. You would have been traded.
I just kicked to the curb ASAP.
Listen, shout out Dak, because I'm hard on Dak. I'm a real Cowboys fan. It may not sound like it, but I'm a real Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
And I will give Dak respect in terms of like him as a person. He's a great person, bro. Like, he's a stand-up guy. He says all the right things. I respect that. He's about business, and he's an advocate for like mental health. Like rest in peace to his brother.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say exactly what happened, but you can kind of
put
two
together.
Rest in peace to his moms, all of that.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Dak to succeed. It's just I know he's not. He's not capable. He doesn't have the skill.
He doesn't know.
Especially now that he's coming off of a big injury that had him out for what?
Almost
80% of the season.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. But then it's like, the other thing about Dak, he doesn't have the poise. He's not. It's like he's not hungry enough.
No, he doesn't have the.
He doesn't have the gall. So.
But enough about Dak. As far as the rest of free agency, a lot of trades have been happening.
Sneaky trades too.
Come on. Let's talk about this, right? The NFC East is the first division, I think, to have all black quarterbacks.
Yeah.
On all four teams.
Wow.
That's beautiful, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, we thought down on that.
And if you had to pick a division, I probably would.
Even though two of them quarterbacks suck, but we're not.
Actually, let's talk about that.
Dak and Russell Wilson.
They're not the same type of suck.
But then too,
they're not trash.
But then too, I'm glad you brought up Russell Wilson, because the Giants got you. You said black quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
They got 2 black quarterbacks.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
So that goes into like the moves that they made to get them to. They spent damn near $30 million to get Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, that
silly. $30 million on
confused about that
backups
one.
is silly business. And I was actually talking to a friend earlier this week about it. You know, his rebuttal is, oh, the draft is pretty weak. Quarterbacks are not that great. Does it matter? You only won. How many games did the Giants win last year? Any quarterback probably is
Like
better than
4 or
them.
5,
Four
if that.
games,
Yeah, right. So you telling me there's no quarterback on that draft board that can give you an extra 2-3 games as a rookie? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's like if you say that's like the Panthers saying, what is it, Bryce Young?
Bryce Young, yeah.
Mhm.
It's like they took a chance on him,
Exactly.
and they still they lost.
He
but
had
then
a good second half of the season.
yeah, second half of the season he starts playing stuff.
Right.
So like
giving 2 backups, using $30 million of your cap room that's already pretty thin apparently with the Giants, right? And you claim that you couldn't pay Saquon last year. You couldn't pay some defensive players. You had to cut them. You had to let them go. Now you're back to square one. And one of my friends is a big Giants fan. He tried to defend the GM for the Giants. He tried saying the GM for the Giants is somehow a decent GM.
I mean,
He's one of the worst GMs
pathetic.
of all time because of that trade.
I mean,
hold on, real quick. Let me put it in perspective. He's literally the only GM that's probably worse. Not probably. He's worse than Jerry Jones.
Yeah, 100% he's worse than Jerry
I'm about to
Jones.
say, but you know,
100%.
But you know what that is? You know why you defend him? It's coping.
Yeah, he's cope.
Copism.
He's always cope.
Best shooter this game has seen. And here's the signature. Night, night.
Even draft last year, Malik Neighbors.
Neighbors. Who's nice.
Probably gonna leave.
He's
he
solid.
Want to be there, bro.
That was their best pick in a while.
All right, quick question though. I know we was talking about the Giants, but on the trades. How long was Stephon Diggs playing with the Texans?
I think 2 years.
No.
Hurt.
So
With the
last year he was
Texans.
hurt though.
Was it
It was only 1 year, right?
No, he was with them for like what, 2-3 years?
No, not that long either.
Because
Stephon Diggs?
Yeah,
Because he was with
because
the
of the
Bills.
Bills.
He was with the Bills before he
and
went
then he left for the
to
Texans.
Texas.
Oh no, I'm tripping. Yeah. Texans. Yeah, he was with them for 1, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, but like
Oh,
part of the time,
2 years. 2 years.
he was
Because
hurt.
last year he was hurt the whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was hurt like
So
half the season
they-
last year.
So the fact that the Patriots went and spent $69 million on him.
That's good. No, but that's good.
It's good. It's good. It's good. But is he going to be healthy?
That's
the question.
that
but
they all have, yeah.
my thing is,
But he's worth the
Because
money.
the
No,
Patriots
no.
number two
Look.
is not a number one. That
No,
guy
yeah.
is it Matt Collins?
Yeah.
Matt Collins. Sorry, no disrespect to Matt.
no
Collins, but you are
disrespect,
not number-
but
But
that's
they
not.
do got a little slight receiving core though.
they do. Yeah,
That's why I think that's why they got Stephon Diggs.
they got the number 2 from Washington last year. He played with Roma Dunze. I forget what this is the second number 2. It's the number 2
Okay.
guy, but he went there. I remember my boy Saul was trying to tell me he's a Pats fan. He tried to tell me that he's gonna be a nice player. He actually had a pretty good season, but the Pats, if you watch the games, right, it was what's his name, quarterback, Mac Jones.
Mac.
Not Mac Jones. It's not Mac.
Uh,
It's a new Mac. I just can't remember which Mac it is. or something. What is the new
The
name?
quarterback last year?
No, the quarterback now. Drake May.
Drake May.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I thought Mac.
That's
I'm sorry.
Mac.
I apologize.
I'm over here looking at the stars, Mac.
Yeah.
Hi, how can I take your order?
Can I get a security?
Too many options, right?
Yeah.
And you have these NFL analysts like Mel Kiper. They're like, "Oh, the draft's pretty weak this year." We're not listening to you. We're not listening to you. Never been. That's all I gotta say about that. Basically, the Giants, they did smart business. Giants did dumb business. The Patriots did smart business. But the business as a whole, going into the draft, all these teams are in pretty bad shape for who they're gonna pick. If we're being honest with you.
Yeah, that's true.
This is AI Boys.
Let's do it.
All right, in other news, let's talk about Cam Ward Pro Day. What are your impressions on?
Without saying too much, there's a lot of chatter prior to his pro day, basically about his ability as a QB. I don't know where the chatter came from, but people had questions, right? Basically saying like, maybe he played in a bunch of different systems. It was his first time in Miami, so basically with him being 1 year underneath Coach Cristobal in Miami, is he ready for the NFL?
That's what people don't realize is it's just all trying to break you down. The teams aren't trying to build you up. They're trying to break you down.
Yeah, he was unranked, basically coming out of high school. Basically no stars, right? No stars, 0-star recruit coming out of high school. Worked his way up, right? Found his way at Miami. People are forgetting that he had more passing yards than Shador Sanders.
Oh, wow.
He had more passing yards. Dylan Gabriel.
And that's why I would feel like we could say his stock has
Increased.
over Shador's in a way, right?
Oh, I think it's plummet because if you want me to be honest with you, we know who got the first pick.
Titans.
I mean,
But
he's looking like
they're talking about it now, right? But here's why this became such a hot topic this week, right? Well, what Greg was asking me was same people, right? These Mel Kiper guys.
This is an AI.
Oh, we're gonna watch Cam's pro day, right? They watched his pro day. His pro day came middle of the day on ESPN. I'm working from home, but like I sometimes I go watch like First Take and all this other stuff, bro. All they were talking about for like 20-30 minutes, Cam Ward, right? Mina Kimes over there. Cam Ward is the best QB of the draft, right? 2 weeks ago, Shador this, Shador that. 2 weeks before that, Travis Hunter this, Travis Hunter that. 2 weeks before that, Abdul Carter. So everybody keeps changing their profile of what they want their team to draft based off of free agency. But just like what I said, all these teams are in bad shape. And I'll exclude the Titans because they can go and do anything and no one will judge them. But the Patriots, the Giants, the Raiders, you know, all these teams, bro, they have to get this draft right. They have to get it right.
If you want me to be honest with you, I think that if anybody is going to get Abdul Carter, I think that's why the Giants are trying. I think the Giants might get.
Yeah. I think that's what they're doing too.
I think they're trying to play it smart like that.
Is it smart? It is, but
I said not saying playing smart. I mean more so in their case.
Yeah,
this would be an easier move for them because it's like they're not going to get Travis Hunter. I mean, if they did, that would be a Malik Neighbors and Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
that would be a sneaky move. But
so where do y'all think Cam Ward ends up?
I think he's going to Tennessee.
Go first, yeah.
I think he's going to Tennessee.
Yeah. Because Tennessee, they have Will Levis, but you can't put faith in that guy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy,
I don't forget shit.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zev Voice here. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe so y'all don't miss a single episode of House Money ENT Podcast. And remember, the house always wins. And to touch back on, you know, people say the questions are, or if Cam Ward is NFL ready and all that. My thing is, he like based off the eye test, I would say yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then what's even better than that is his mentality. And that's why I love him and Shooter's relationship. Like, remember me and you talked about this the other day their competitiveness, right? We haven't had two people. We haven't had seen a relationship of competitive like in sports in so long to that degree, right? Like literally, like
and have it be like a healthy exchange too. Like,
a healthy competitive relationship, rivalry, like true rivals. You know what I'm saying? Like I love seeing it, man, and I can't wait till next year when they, you know, hopefully when they face each other. Like
we see that same.
That's gonna be prime time. No pun intended.
One thing I gotta add though before we move on to the next episode about this is that along with what people have been saying about the draft, right? I want the viewers to remember that most of the quarterbacks in the league that you respect and love, they were drafted very low, possibly in the second round. If you want me to start signing off, Patrick Mahomes,
Tom Brady.
Come on, guys. Any quarterback. Name me any quarterback.
You ain't got to say nothing. I'm already knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Dak Prescott's like no.
I'm already knowing.
What did you guys pick him? It was second round, right? You was second round.
I think he was like 4th round.
Ooh, he came up then. You gotta respect that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I respected him in 2016.
Yeah. But
this is 10 years later.
Are you respecting this?
Like now it makes sense why you were a 4th round pick, my nigga. Like,
I said, are you respecting Asante Samuel what he said about Deion?
See, and that's why I was gonna segue to. Let's talk about this next subject. We're going it's gonna be a debate maybe, but I would say it's more so of a
discussion.
Just a discussion. We're gonna get into it though. This past week, Asante Samuels made the news, and he compared himself to Deion Sanders. And let me start off by saying this. Maybe I should end it with saying this, but I'll start off by saying it's okay for him to feel that way, but the way I see it as him marketing himself because he's trying to get into the Hall of Fame. And this is a perfect way to get your name out there, get people to recognize you again. Everybody's gonna go through your tape and all that. Start looking at your stats. Mm-hmm. It happens a lot.
He's on the internet crying about technique
T-step.
The T-step.
T-step.
It worked for him though.
None of us know what that is, but all we're gonna do is we're gonna trust Deion because Deion doesn't have to ask for a job right now. That's just your pedigree is shot when you're an unemployed DB in the NFL. You're saying no, Deion Sanders. That's the head coach of a college football team who's coached 2 of the top picks. Oh yeah, I'm better than you at corner because I do the T-step. I break to the ball faster. We don't even know that.
Asante, just real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all go off. Bro, you could have went at anybody. Why Deion, bro?
Why?
Yeah.
What did he do to you?
He just could have been quiet.
Because that makes no sense. Like, my thing is, it goes to like the basketball discussions when somebody says, "Oh, LeBron's not better than Jordan." LeBron fans immediately take that as like, "Oh, you're disrespect." No, we're not. Nobody's Jordan.
Yeah.
You have to understand that. Like, that's not a shot.
That's a whole different.
To even be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Is good enough.
You
understand?
Take that or leave it.
I do want to share.
But I'll say, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Yeah, go ahead, Carl.
No, I'll say. Only thing I was gonna say about Asante Samuel was that, like you said, get it. You try and get people back on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
Recognize what you did. You try and get in the Hall of Fame because Deion's already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's you looking at the stats when they put the stats together.
You want to talk about a first ballot Hall of Famer?
He's first. Yeah, like I mean, come on.
Right.
But my thing with Asante Samuel is that the problem that comes with a lot of these things, people don't like to respect the legends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Instead of being like, I'm like this or I'm like that, I see why Deion's here, but this is what I did different from him. You automatically trying to put yourself above him, which you're not wrong because this is a competitive sport. So when you break those things down and put those in the factor, people are always going to try to put themselves above the next person. But
yeah, you're supposed to feel like you're the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if they didn't even play in the same time.
I'm putting these
so that's the problem. They didn't even play in the same time period. I was watching something earlier today, and people love to try to take, if this person was playing at this time, they would do this, or if this person was playing at this time, they would do that. Like that's like saying if you took Chad Johnson, put Ocho in the 70s, he's gonna it because it's a different time and he played a different type of ball. So like the way he played receiver is different from how they was playing receiver back in the day.
That reminds me of earlier today I seen where somebody asked LeBron, it might have been Pat McAfee, but somebody asked LeBron
Giannis.
If Giannis was in the 70s.
That's where I got that from. This
nigga LeBron said he would average 70.
Yeah.
What?
It's like, damn.
What? But he said that?
He said
that.
Oh my God, LeBron is such a fucking liar,
no,
bro.
Look,
sometimes you just gotta stay out the camera.
Look.
Oh, you gotta understand.
Look, he said so. Shannon and Ocho was talking about that, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, you can't really say that because how they was going down the lane, they was punching niggas in the face.
They was getting hurt. Knocked out.
Yeah, I would say this.
What's his name? Isaiah Thomas got stitches in his head because of your boy.
Isaiah Thomas choked out his own coach.
Yeah.
Niggas was built different.
Didn't get suspended. That's crazy.
Niggas was built different.
I
I will say though, if anybody in the league that I think could survive in those times would be tough too, I think Giannis. I'm not saying he would average 70, but
he wouldn't average. He'd be tough in that.
Giannis is tough though. He gets injured a lot, but he's tough.
Back to what we were talking about. I had to put the glasses back on because I have to play devil's advocate for a little bit.
So I was gonna ask y'all. I think we all agree that Asante Samuels isn't on Deion's level, right? But going forward, let's talk about the cornerback goats.
Before we even get there, I just want to show you. I have to do this. I have to sound this off.
Sure.
You can. All right, listen. Deion Sanders.
It's about to be blasphemy. I can just feel
It's
it.
not.
Yeah, that's all.
blasphemy.
I'm
It's
about to.
real.
I'm about to
This is
carry
People
you.
have to
I'm
pay
about to carry
attention.
you.
I'm just
I'm
trying to
about to carry
inform the
you.
viewers, okay? All
View-
right, I'm gonna read you
view-
crazy.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion is advised because your mind's gonna be blown, low key. All right, make sure you keep your jaw off the floor after I read this out.
Prime time. This ain't got nothing to do with me, brother.
It does. It does, Dion. I love you, Dion.
This ain't
You
got
know
nothing
what
to
I'm
do
saying?
with me.
I would have your shades on right now if you know what I'm
I
saying. You fuck with the show, but hey,
Me no
we'll get there too.
compadre.
We'll
Me
get
no
there.
compadre.
Read the stat. Read the stat.
Go
Read
ahead,
the
get your
stat.
shit
All
off.
right.
I'm gonna carry you.
Deion Sanders, 188 games in the NFL, 14 seasons, 53 interceptions, right? Asante Samuel, 157 games in the league, 11 seasons, 51 interceptions. Both of them, 2 Super Bowls each. I think Deion has one more pro ballot than Asante Samuel has a pro ballot. We got
What's her name had 18.
We talking about all.
18?
We talking about
Yeah,
all.
Dion had
All-Pro?
like, yeah,
All
Dion
pro?
had like
Yeah,
18.
But I'm
Deion.
pretty sure Asante had like
No,
Nah, he only had like
He only
11
like-
or like
No,
actually
bro.
probably lower than that.
no. He
probably, yeah.
Yeah, he not.
Asante
Whatever.
only.
We're nitpicky now. We're talking about the hardcore stats.
Go ahead, let's
whatever,
go.
whatever. Interceptions, games, Super Bowls, right? The technique to play quarter, right? Conversation has to be had. I'll probably be the first to do it. Is Deion Sanders overhyped?
No.
Was he overhyped?
Hell
Because
no.
what he delivered on the football field was great. It was fantastic. But is it the same echelon as like Travis Hunter?
I mean,
It's just, look what actually GT have Travis Hunter, right? You have those discussions, right?
This is what's crazy about Deion, right? Let's put it in perspective. Deion was doing what Travis Hunter was doing in college in the NFL.
Yeah.
Not only that,
and they don't let you do that.
not only that, wasn't Deion playing a whole
Baseball.
nother
He's playing
sport?
baseball
Playing
at the
baseball.
same time.
He was a starter in the
He would have an NFL
Braves.
game,
Leave and go play baseball.
Yeah.
finish that, and then go straight to playing. Like, bro,
But does that make him a better football player than Asante?
that just makes him a better athlete. But I'm not saying he's a better football player because of that. But just think, we have to put in perspective that he's playing offense and defense.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but he's playing offense and
He
defense.
can be
Okay,
utilized.
but
and
he
still
ended his
producing those
career-
numbers.
He ended his career offensively in the NFL. He ended his career with negative rushing yards. It was like negative 300. And we looked it up, and that was actually something that I didn't think was possible.
It was negative 300. It's like negative 14.
It's negative
Bro,
14.
it was like negative.
It was
like,
negative 14.
It's negative 14.
Okay,
I
but
know.
negative 14 is still pretty crazy.
It's just funny.
It is funny.
Yeah, no,
For all the hype,
trash.
right? It's like, bro,
It's
how
trash
do
because
you have negative?
what they were doing, they
14?
were trying to use them out the backfield.
You can get that in
Yeah.
like a couple. You can get that.
And
in
he
like
was doing that
a season.
And the
He was
crazy
doing
thing
like
is,
jet sweeps and
he was
stuff.
doing that. He was doing that when he was with the Redskins for that last little bit of
Yeah, a
time
little
before
bit.
he
Yeah, he
was
was.
doing
Yeah,
that
you're
with the
right.
Redskins.
You're right.
But
It always comes back to y'all. Up.
I know.
but to go back to what you said about the stats.
You better not have Jaden Daniels being
Deion
negative.
did what he did.
So-
Deion did what he did, and still made the Hall of Fame. His numbers. You trying to talk about his stats? Why is he not in the Hall of Fame?
That's a good question. Who is the cornerback?
Go.
Yeah, who is?
I mean, personally,
It's between, in my opinion, it's between Deion, Darrell Revis.
Champ Bailey over the Reeves, bro.
No.
Yes, look it up.
I can't.
Yes.
Do that.
Wow.
I can't do that.
Champ Bailey is
coming off.
He's over Darrell Reeves. Y'all can look it up.
No, I can't do that, Carl. I'm sorry.
Bruh.
Over Revis
I'm a Washington
Island?
fan, but I cannot put Champ Bailey
Bruh.
over Darrell Reeves.
Champ Bailey after Deion left, he set the precedent of what a cornerback should be.
I love Champ Bailey,
fucking
Have you? I know you.
Okay.
So this is a rhetorical question, but have y'all seen Darrell Revis play?
yes.
They had.
And I'm not
What?
talking about
Darrell
Darrell
Reeves.
I know you not.
Darrell Reeves was so good, right? In that division, they kept trying to figure out who they could draft that is a left-handed QB, so that they can start throwing to his side with more accuracy, bro. Because the opposite. They wanted to start throwing to his side, right? So the left-hand QB, the plays flip, right? So he has to flip to the other side because of the X or Y.
I'm
right?
already knowing.
He was so good that once they did that, bro, he cost like teams headache. They had to do different offensive schemes
you gotta
in that
change the
division
scheme.
just because of him.
But why do you think they never threw the ball to Champ Bailey's side? Because every time they threw it over there, he was pick six. Pick six.
If he did get
Yeah,
pick,
he probably got the most pick
the
six out of all the cornerbacks.
We'll look that up.
I'm saying probably.
It might be right.
I said he might have the most pick sixes. But I get why y'all say it, because he changed. Darrell Reeves changed the whole concept of.
Bro, he's just different.
I can't throw it over here.
There were games.
You know what I'm saying?
There were games where they literally did not throw his way the entire game
Because they knew.
What about Night Train?
Man, that's black and white. We ain't talking about that.
Night Train Lane.
I wasn't allowed for that.
Train Lane. I know.
Let me go ask.
I know.
Let me go ask our great grandfather.
Let me go ask my great grandfather. Let me go to.
Shout out Night Train. Shout out the OGs, man.
Yeah, you can't get the foundation without the OG.
But he was bagging on race.
But
that's fire.
Oh yeah,
that's fire to me.
I put Champ Bailey up there because honestly, he might be like my third.
I'll say he in the top 3 for sure.
For sure.
It's still Darrell Reeves for me.
I'll say no. Yeah, they the top 3. Deion, Darrell Reeves, and
Reeves
Champ.
Island. Remember that?
Reeves
Yeah,
Island.
that's what I'm saying.
I just said that.
It was the whole team.
They're the top. That's what I said. They're the top 3 in my opinion.
All right, Rex, what do you think?
Rex's favorite cornerback is Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey. It is. Hey, don't laugh.
Nah,
He was gas.
Of course.
nah, he was.
He's not gonna be like an NFL great.
Yeah, but
All right, next subject. Got some terrible news actually. LaShawn Johnson. Yeah. Did some bad things. I'll let Rex take over from there.
All right. First and foremost,
Yeah.
fuck that nigga, bro.
Fuck
Shut
that
up.
nigga, bro.
Hey, look, we're not bleeping that out.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not bleeping it out.
And so,
Yes, sir.
Fuck him.
Animal cruelty does not slide around this
no,
house.
no,
No.
no. He was a former running back and kick returner for NFL. If you obviously know, played for about 6 seasons, and
For the Cardinals, right?
he played for He was selected by Green Bay
Okay.
in '94. He played for the Cardinals and the Giants. And he also played at XFL too.
This nigga old.
Yeah, this nigga's old. But more of the story is this nigga got busted for a dog ring that he had, and he got busted back in 2004, and then got busted again this year.
Whoa.
For the largest dog ring known, I guess, like in the NFL history for somebody. Let me make sure I get my info correct, because I don't want to just be splatting at the mouth. More of the story is before us just going in, because I want to look at the camera and be professional about this. But it's still something that's very egregious coming from everybody here who has interacted with animals. And, you know, one thing I say is that, like, when Mike Vick did it, this was before I owned a dog. And this is going on the internet, but again, I was a kid at this time. And I never owned a dog, and I was just like, you know, I just remember, you know, people making their pit bulls fight. And when I was young, just coming up, I was just like, you know, that's just what people do. But when you grow up and, you know, you have an animal and you get a chance to actually be with an animal, and it's in your family, and you get a chance to love the animal, and then you hear news like this, it pisses you off, bro. Like, I don't care what nobody say, bro. There's a lot of people that, you know, down south that still do things like this. But the thing is that these animals have feelings and emotions just like anybody else. I'm an advocate for animals, bro. It was 190 pit bulls seized, bro. 100, the largest dog fighting bust in U.S. history. History. Use a bitch for that one, bro. Because it's just literally the fact of the matter that, you know, again, like I said, I had two up to 3 different dogs, bro. And I used to see people, and I still see people to this day, where they just leave their dogs out back, or they barely take care of them. And I think, to me, that's the most sickest thing, because again, like, animals have to go outside. Animals get fed. And just leaving animals either in a cage or anything like that. And I'm not talking about nothing specific. I'm just saying in general that it's it's disgusting, bro. And you gotta take care of these animals, bro. And to have animals just fighting like that, and they just get to a point where their defense mechanism is go go go, it's terrible, bro. So like, yeah, I hope this dude rots in prison.
Let me add. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
He was doing this while Vic was doing it too.
I don't know, but he got busted in 04.
It has to
so
be. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
he had to be
was.
doing it.
Yeah,
he had to
was.
have done this, right? He got busted before Vic.
Yeah.
And then basically.
What year did Vic get
I
busted?
think it was like 08 or 07.
So he got busted
like
in 04. So yeah, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. So while Michael Vick was getting ridiculed and spanked what he did, he was still doing it.
And that's the point I wanted to make too. Is like, yeah, of course, everybody knows. Well, not everybody might not know about the Michael Vick thing, but Michael Vick, yes, he did go to prison basically for dogfighting. It was a very big case. One of the aspects about that case that I did not like that kind of overlaps with this is they focused on the fact that he was a high profile figure, right? But I'm pretty sure to a lot of you guys, this is the first time you're hearing about who LaShawn Johnson is. And this is the first time you're probably hearing about this story, and that should be more important to you than just the fact that, oh, there's an NFL player that's abusing dogs again. These are not the same situations. They're two different ones. But the thing is, they should be treated with the same amount of equal, I guess, like evisceration that you guys gave to Michael Vick, because you damn near ruined his life, right? When he told you his involvement level. But like you said, this is a guy that got caught one time before. He got caught again and decided to do this again. 191 pit bulls, the largest bust in U.S. history. Like Rex said, I'm a dog owner myself. When Rex actually is the one that shared this news with us, I was with my dog when I got this news. Brother, LaShawn Johnson, I want you to rot into the deepest hole in hell you could possibly find. Let me know if it's not deep enough. Asshole. And that's all I gotta say.
You can definitely go to the deepest depths of hell.
Yeah. So, but it's crazy, right? No one's talking about this. You don't hear ESPN covering the story. They didn't see anything about it. I think it was Fox News that covered the story, right?
Well, he's not playing no more, right?
Yeah, but
that's why. That's why.
Crazy. I mean, Herschel Walker does something. You hear about it.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. Anyway, that's uneven playing field, but this is still sick news. And honestly, to everybody that does own a pet, please take care of your pets and definitely don't dogfight. I came from Virginia Beach, where that was a big thing down there.
It's big down south.
Yeah, it's very big down there. That's where Vic's from, that area too. So obviously, I know a little bit about it. People still do it. It's sick as hell, but it's really hard to catch them because of how clever they are. And dog fighting is actually very big, very, very large underground business. Do your research. It's very big. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about it.
And final words I'll say is, rest in peace to Cody, man.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Cody. Rest in peace, Jip. Young
rest
Jip.
in peace to Jip. Yeah.
Yep.
Love you, Bacon.
Shout out Bacon.
I'll be home soon, Bacon.
Yeah. All right, next topic. We're gonna get into some wrestling. Let's start off with.
No. Keep it. We gotta have some flavor in this joke sometimes. He said,
are you still recording?
Yes.
Oh, keep that.
Good. All right, what we about to say?
John Cena and Cody Rhodes it's heating up, I guess. It's heating up like some goddamn noodles in the microwave, man.
Nah, that shit heating up like some fucking leftovers that you guys still warm up again because it's cold in the middle.
That shit heating up like some.
That joint heating up like a frozen steak, bro.
I mean, if y'all really want me to be honest,
but
bro,
pretty much, real quick, John Cena said he's gonna ruin wrestling. So let's get y'all takes on. Week's episode.
I like the direction it's going.
Yeah,
I understand what they're trying to do for John Cena in his last little run. We talked about that last week. But I mean, the week prior, it was kind of like, oh, okay, we see where they're going. This week that passed, I was not interested at all. I mean, it was cool, the little segment they did when Cena's like, I'm going to ruin wrestling with everything, but like, it's not hooking me. I'm still not sold. I need something. We need some more meat and potatoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we're gonna be honest here, we need some more meat and potatoes with that, because who's really gonna sit here and say that they're interested in what's going on, besides the fact that we still got that heel turn. You know what I'm saying? But what are we really getting from it? Every time this man go on the mic, he moans and complains, and then he walks away. Like, yeah, it's like all right, and then the man Cody's like, "Come fight me," and then John Cena's just looking like, "No, no," and walk away. Like, bro, I mean, I get it. You're trying to build the story, you're trying to tell the story, but like, bro, if this man John Cena don't win at WrestleMania, cancel the whole damn WWE. Because what's the point? Except for my one man, we gonna get there.
So I have a question. You guys think the build up to this is boring, or
It's ass, bro?
Compared to like build ups in the past?
It's like it peaked at the beginning.
Yeah, it's literally like a slow build, bro.
Like the paint dry right now.
It's literally like, you know that meme when the dude's looking at the brick wall, he's like, that's literally what it's like right now. Like, it's like it's not getting nowhere. Like, we're at a standstill. But the thing is, something needs to happen to where like Cody has a match or something, and after the match you just see John Cena come out and FU him or some shit like that. Like we have to get some more action
That's
involved.
like the classic WWE brand. Someone's out there like, I'm the champion, and you get the guy to come out like, they're not. And
then the last thing I want to say before I pass it off to Rex and let him get his 2 cents in. The thing that's really kind of throwing me off with the whole thing is that they're still not bringing up The Rock. Like, where is The Rock fault? Like, what was the whole purpose of The Rock doing all that if they were just going to go this way?
He hasn't been on the show at all. Like,
they have not even. John Cena hasn't even brought The Rock up.
Not since he went heel.
Since he went heel, he has not brought The Rock up at all.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, all right, what was the whole purpose of that? What was the whole purpose of Travis Scott punching Cody Rhodes? Like, where is he falling at?
Cause you know The Rock's gonna be at WrestleMania. You know.
I mean, they said that he's not gonna be there, but come on, I mean, they see. But the thing is, we have 3 weeks left. The Rock needs to come up next week or the week after. Don't wait till WrestleMania week for him to pop up. It's like, bro, all right, we waited 3 weeks for you to just finally come and say, oh, you want that? Yeah, nah, bro. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, man. I agree. I think honestly, it's been kind of boring. The thing is, it's so crazy because if you go back and look at like all John Cena promos, he knows how to cut a promo, but like it just has not been captivating enough for me to really, care. The first time, when we had those little, I don't know how long it was after he kicked Cody Rhodes. I think it was like a week or two. Possibly, I could be wrong, but anyway, I was excited in that little period to see what Cena would say. And then the first time when we were all watching it, it was just kind of like, okay, that promo it is what it was. And then like Cody comes out for like 5 seconds and then nothing. Then this week it was the same thing. Like he's not really saying anything to grasp me or make me be like, oh snap, to be so caring about this. I am excited because in a way though, because like in my opinion, like Cody's reign it's been okay. Some better than others. Like I thought the first couple times he fought KO was kind of boring, but the last one I thought was dope. The last one was dope, especially the joint when he was standing on top of him. That was dope. But him and Roman Reigns, that whole thing was dope. But like I think it's just his reign's been missing stories, and this has been good. But like they said, it just hasn't. They haven't done anything since him getting jumped that really has made me go like, oh man, because it is. He'll say a couple things. It's like him complaining, him crying, and then like Cody will come out. Because the thing I don't pay attention to is the dirt sheets. Because one moment people were saying, oh, he's gonna change. Travis Scott's working on a song for him, and none of that happened. Hey, and what I'm also hearing is that Travis Scott is supposedly training with Booker T. Now that I believe. But the moral story why I'm saying all that also is because like, where is The Rock? The Rock probably is working on something. He does like 60 things at once. But for us to not have him and The Rock kind of in the same place to be doing anything, maybe they'll come next week. I don't know. But the time right now is ticking. And I want to see what's going to actually come into fruition with this thing. And it's been a little lackluster.
Right. So like my controversial take that I said I was going to say this week. I said it last week at the end of the show. But Cody Rhodes, I argue probably one of the most boring, maybe the most boring WWE champion.
Hell no,
I've
I'm
ever
gonna carry
seen.
you on that one because you
Really?
you ever watch Jinder Mahal?
I don't even know who that is.
Exactly.
But that's the point I'm trying to make about the WWE. Like, do you feel like they just keep kind of like, I don't want to use the term whitewashing. That's like a little bit too strong.
Nah,
do you feel like they're kind of like cupcaking the WWE like champion like role? Because
No,
Cody
because
Rhodes is very cookie cutter to me.
yeah, but that's the way he's supposed to be cookie cutter. It's like John Cena when he was there. He was cookie cutter.
But it had
But
that edge of like roughness and kind of
No,
like that,
so-
that bravado that
So
we wanted to see.
the difference between Cody, Cena, and to be real honest with you, Roman tops all of that. Roman was the champion for like years, like for like almost 4 years.
Yeah.
So you come from having a bad guy as a champion for 4 years, you're going to have the cookie cutter person to replace him. So it's like you got to look at it from that perspective. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I understand the premise that you're coming at because he's like, all right, bro. He's just the chipper good guy. Like he's the typical good guy.
Because what got me into it was the fact that people were coming to challenge him. I'm like, oh yeah, finally I get to see the end of this guy.
Yeah.
Start tuning into wrestling again. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do like the guy. I just think
I love
he's
Cody.
still a cookie cutter. It's like if I could describe him as like like an athlete, he's almost like he's like Jokic. He's just he's everything you actually like about basketball, but somehow the eye does not strike you as somebody who's like, oh, I love Jokic. You know?
All right, before we move on,
I don't love Cody Rhodes.
I'm about to say I got something to say.
I said after I say that, I'm gonna let Rex say it. But before we go to that point, think of it like this: you see how John Cena took him this long to turn heel?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing might end up happening with Cody.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying about Cody. I'm not gonna lie. I like Cody. I do think right now their problem is like booking faces in ways sometimes could kind of get I don't know, it could get a little boring. And I don't think Cody's boring because like I went back, watched some of his shit on New Japan. Of course, not everybody's about to do that. But what I mean is that he was a heel there. That was fun. Him going to like AEW, that was fun. It did start getting a little repetitive. But right now it's just I see like if for the average person that doesn't watch it all the time, they look at this guy and they're just like, okay, it's this guy that's just a hero talking about the same thing. Like, but like Carl said, you need that at times because people forget that wrestling also is aimed at kids too.
Yeah.
And yes, there are grown people watching it, but right now. I like Cody just because he has a lot of charisma, and when he can turn up, he'll turn up, bro. So I understand where you're coming from. I do.
Where it wasn't made for kids, and maybe that's why I'm starting to see it that way. Because the whole Attitude Era and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was made. Kids watch that.
Yeah, I know, but that was we weren't supposed to. Low-key.
Yeah. That was also almost 30 years ago too. So keep that.
I mean, but you was watching Jerry Springer though.
We'll see. We'll see how the rest of his reign plays out. But let's talk about some AEW now.
They're gonna hate us for this.
I was gonna say, we'll not go ahead because I would say because you probably wanted to keep it because Jey Uso's after that.
All right, well, yeah, we can talk about Jey Uso. He's facing Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther.
All right, because I made a post about this.
Right.
Gunther is that big Russian dude. Well, not Russian, but Bulgarian. One of them things. But I actually did write something about this. That's why I'm glad I wanted to bring that up. That's why I said I wanted to talk about this because I wrote this on my threads. Hill Clout, just follow it.
Yeah, link in the description.
I said, I guess it's me and Oos that want him to beat Gunther at WrestleMania. I said, y'all can say he only had 3 moves. Y'all can trash him because he boxed. Say what you want. This man deserves to be in the position he's in. I'm glad people are ragging on Jey Uso because when he wins at Mania, it'll make the victory that much better. And the reason why I say that because if you watched him come from the COVID time when he was with Roman and he and Roman face, I hate you.
Yeah.
Like you literally saw him come from a tag team wrestler to a singles wrestler and build himself up to where he's at now. Yeah. To where people online may rag on him, but when you see him at them live events, everybody is.
That's a guy I actually like.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's fucking with him.
His whole energy. I know. Like Rex gave me a face, but look, compared to Cody Rhodes, it seemed more genuine. It seems more in place of who the person actually is. Because Jey Uso doesn't seem like the type of person like Cody Rhodes is. Because Cody Rhodes seems like the type of guy is like, okay, I had to build my character. But Jey Uso came out with the character.
Nah, Jake Uso had to build his character. He had to build too, just like Cody did. Cause no, you know, I guess it is the truth. He had to build. I was there, yeah. No, he really had to build his character. He was just known as the twin brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he had to make himself out. He had to outdo his brother to stand out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I fuck with Jay heavy. Like that's my man's. Like I don't care about the 3 moves, all that stuff he botched and all that. But that's what happens in wrestling. Bro, there's people that botch every day. That's the reason why they have botchamania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I also agree. Like, I do think that his set is limited, and I could see why that would ruffle some feathers. I don't think he's boring at all. I think he's far from boring. I think his mic skills got a lot better. He knows how to hook a crowd. But then again, you got to also keep in mind, like you said, he came from a tag team, and if you go back and watch them, like they pretty much had the same move set, like for the most part. But the thing is that he has his own personality, and that's where we had to build that up from. And yeah, again, the set may be limited, but the thing that I liked last week was that he what happened? He was talking about the botch thing, and they brought that up, and he was talking about how it was like attacking his character. I thought that was dope. And I see why people, you know, they say what they say, but he deserves this, bro. Them niggas been in what, for how long now? Like almost 20 some years, bro. Let that man have his shine, because not a lot of people can segue out of a tag team and do their own thing. It doesn't always work like that. So I mean, he deserves it, bro.
I said because Shawn Michaels, he was in tag team.
Yeah, he was in a tag team.
Jeff
Marty
Hardy.
Jannetty,
Jeff Hardy. Edge and Christian. It's always
Dudley Boy.
Christian.
He's in AEW.
Perfect segue. He's in AEW.
Yeah.
So I mean, we got news about AEW. Guess we can start off with the Kenny Omega match at Revolution.
Yeah. Can I start this one off?
Of course.
I think this is great, because the thing is that there are 3 really good wrestlers. Like I don't remember what year I found out about Speedball Mike Bailey.
You mean Dynasty?
What? Huh?
You said Revolution.
Dynasty, yeah. Dynasty,
yeah, I'm sorry, Dynasty.
Yeah, but Speedball has been putting on bangers, bro. He's a really great wrestler. He's not the best on the mic, but everybody's not gonna be the best on the mic. That's the same thing everybody said about Ricochet, but then like you see his heel turn, he's funny. You know, him doing that and whatnot. So I think we have 3 really great wrestlers who could turn into high flyers, who can get technical, who can just get right on the ground. Like this is gonna be a banger of a match, because Kenny Omega is like just an all around best bout machine, and he knows what he knows how to not only just sell a match, he knows how to lead a match and also make it look good, no matter if it's a 4-way or a tag team. I'm about to say, let me get my shit off for a second. Hold on. And just the fact of the matter, you know, we've also complained about how AEW has inconsistencies, and they put on banger match of pay-per-views, but this is going to be really good because they've been booking Ricochet, in my opinion, pretty solidly.
Yeah, I'll say I think the match is definitely going to be a match to look forward to. It's probably going to be a match of the night. And personally, I think that this is good for Ricochet. This is good for Speedball, this being his first pay-per-view. Yep. I think that's something to highlight him in a better light, so that the AEW crowd can get more familiar with who Speedball is. Even though a lot of the AEW crowd is smart marks, you know what I'm saying, and that's not a, you know what I'm saying, it's not a bad thing, but a lot of people in the AEW crowd are smart marks, so they think they know everything, or they seen everything or watched everything. But it's cool to see that we can get a match of this caliber, you know what I'm saying, and that will be taking place on April 6th.
Yeah, looking forward to that. So,
best shooter this game has seen, and here's the signature. Night, night.
We got to talk about Mira Shirakawa. She joined.
Shirakawa,
she joined AEW.
It's just good. It's just good.
I'm glad she went there full time. I mean, she already proved that she can hang with a lot of the women there. She didn't have matches with Mercedes, Mariah May, Toni Storm. She didn't showed her prowess of that when she is finished with Stardom. Yeah. When she does come over, she's going to do an amazing job, just like she did when she first got there. when she did her little time there when she was there.
She was on Pro Wrestling Illustrated not too long ago, which is a good look.
That's what's up.
She had a really good run in Stardom. I'm not about to go all into that, but I think like she has proved herself because she went from like a dancer where no one believed in her to a wrestler. And the one gripe I do have is that I'm a little nervous because I'm nervous about how the women's wrestling division in AEW has been booked. The last 2 weeks, it looks a lot better, but that we've been talking about this since 2023, 22. Why is this a thing that keeps coming up? Like we said last time, all we want to see is more stories, more women have matches that are length worthy and not at where the commercial break takes the longest, and make it prove. Because if you're gonna keep signing all these women, give us a reason to care for these women.
Yeah.
So I hope that she has a great run. We will see.
Yeah.
We will see.
So I gotta get y'all opinion about the Sakura Genesis card.
Okay. We're gonna keep that kind of short and sweet.
Because I haven't really looked at the card, so I'm gonna give you this one, Rich.
All right, cool.
All I gotta do is hear the names, and I can tell you what match I want to see.
For anybody, we're gonna keep this very brief. This is a New Japan card. New Japan is, of course, obviously a wrestling company that has been in Japan since the 70s. If you haven't checked it out, you should definitely see. Everybody that has fucking wrestled there has been there, from Kenny Omega to Cody Rhodes to Hangman to anybody that you know is kind of popular. That some of them been Hulk Hogan was there. Brock Lesnar was there at one point. And it's funny because every time we see like those clips of those wrestlers, they're doing something in Japan we ain't seen them do in WWE, which is crazy. It's crazy. So we got Yuya Uemura versus Sonata. We're gonna go through this real quick. Sonata was a babyface. Then they took him out of a babyface. Then they tried to make him the champion. His reign didn't really happen. Didn't really get that good. Yuya Uemura is they're trying to figure out what they're doing with him. He's a babyface. He came back from TNA, had a great run. El Phantasmo versus Great-O-Khan.
That's gonna be a good match.
That's gonna be a great match. Great-O-Khan is, in my opinion, a very solid wrestler all around. El Phantasmo does a lot of not just flips. I don't want to make it seem that, but I think El Phantasmo is a great fucking wrestler. Deserves way more credit than he has. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Shota Umino.
That's gonna be good.
That's gonna be good. A lot of people were trying to get around Shota, but they just looked at him as like kind of boring, like it kind of like the Cody Rhodes thing, where another face, but he's starting to show some prowess because he had to get his hair cut recently, and he's giving like a not giving a fuck look. So, House of Torture versus Bullet Club. Gabe Kidd is doing his thing. Gabe Kidd is running New Japan, in my opinion. I know. Gabe Kidd's just killing it, bro. We went to the show. What year was that? That was not last year, but the year. Yeah. And Gabe Kidd was there. He was still a face, and he said, "Let's fucking go. Let's get this night started." And I was telling Carl that night, I said, "Hey, look out for him." And ever since that night, that's when he turned to a heel, and that shit was it been on and popping since then. Takeshita versus, I always fuck his name up, Ryo Iwa. I fuck his name up. But anyway, I'm sorry. He's with TDMK, one of the newest ones. We already know about Takeshita. Takeshita is a beast, bro. And yeah, man, I mean, there's some other matches, but I'm just going to kind of keep this kind of very short. The main is Hiroki Goto versus David Finlay.
And that's the end of the tournament, right?
Yeah. No, the tournament's already ended.
Okay.
Who won David Finlay won the tournament. A lot of people didn't like David Finlay as the leader in Bullet Club. He's growing on me. And all you hear is that dun, 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 dun. So yeah, Sakura Genesis is gonna be good. Can't wait for it. If you're a New Japan fan, check it out.
Definitely.
I personally will say, be careful because they are. We can talk about New Japan, but they don't like when
they don't
you
like
do the clips.
The clips, no clips.
No
clips.
Yeah, that's all good. So back to AEW news. How do y'all feel about Paige leaving AEW?
I'm gonna be real with you. She didn't even do shit for her.
Yeah, like
I mean,
her run was like the most lackluster.
Was she
injured?
No. What happened was after the whole thing where she was with Tony Storm and what's the other girl?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
Ruby Soho.
Ruby Soho. Yeah, they was in the group they had. Then when Tony went when Tony went solo, and then Ruby had her baby, pregnant, had her baby. It kind of left Saraya in a position to where she didn't really have anything to do. they just re-signed her, which was crazy, to an extension. They just re-signed her, and then probably like 2 weeks or a week ago or earlier this week, she's talking about, oh, I wish I could be. She said, I can't. If I could go back to WWE, I'll be on a team with Rhea Ripley. Just saying all this stuff. Then a couple days later, she announces on her podcast that she's departed ways with AEW, and she said it was a mutual agreement. You know, it wasn't no hard feelings. She said if she's able to go back to AEW, if she was able to come back to AEW down the line, she will. She just wants to work on different avenues and like get her acting career together.
Maybe something behind the scenes happened that probably.
No, I feel like she felt like she wanted to do her own thing. I mean, if you're not being used somewhere, why stay there?
Facts.
I mean, like that's like me playing on the team and they're not using me. All right, well, let me request a trade. Is it straight if I can get it traded?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Michael Gallup, you know.
But now I think
Stop
honestly,
reminding me about the Cowboys.
honestly, I think she might sneaky go back to
I
WWE
do too.
because that's where they made her a star.
Yep. She even had a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know this. Her brother was signed to AEW.
Yeah, he was. I forgot.
Yeah, our brother was signed to AEW, and
nothing with him.
they quietly released him. They didn't even tell you.
They did nothing with him.
That shit crazy, but you know, I mean, business is business. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm pretty sure she's going back to WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll definitely keep an eye out on that, and you know, bring out the news on that whenever it does happen, if it does happen. But moving along here for our last topic to talk about is, do you guys think Mariah May will re-sign with AEW once her contract is up?
Yeah, for the most part, but there's also a part of me that thinks that she may not.
Mhm.
And the reason I say that is because she had, in my opinion, she had a good run, but they could have utilized her even more because most of her run was just her and Tony Storm, bro. And they could have done so much more and built up more than just them. But they had a great run. That's not to say they didn't. But she had the belt, which in my opinion, she got the belt a little too fast. But it may be a section where she may be okay off AEW and she goes to WWE. But I think if they utilize their women's division better, then she could be there and keep building up. But again, we will see.
I think I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if she signed, but the way the landscape, how the NXT women's division looking, a lot of women that are high caliber women from like Japan, TNA, all these different promotions are going to NXT. Stephanie back here, she was in CMLL, right?
Yep.
Then she had a match in AEW. She used the match in AEW with Mercedes to get signed by WWE.
She had a few matches in New Japan too. So
New Japan as well. New Japan Strong. She was New Japan Strong Women's Champion.
Mm-hmm.
She used that to catapult herself up to go to WWE. And now she's holding 2 belts. So who's to say Mariah May don't see that and be like, dang.
They got a big women's division, but we also can't say that everybody can keep going to NXT.
Yeah, but but that's the thing. They don't have to go to NXT. She can go to Raw, she can go to SmackDown.
True shit.
I said it don't matter where she goes, she can go anywhere. It's just that the reason why I say that NXT is probably more prominent because what Mariah May has and what she's capable of, if she's in NXT, she can go to TNA
Just
too.
the vibe, yeah.
She can go to TNA as well because NXT and TNA had that merger, that little partnership that they have. Like Cora Jade just won the belt in TNA. You know what I'm saying? And
shout out Cora.
yeah, I'm saying so like Mariah May can see that and like, I can be here and there and then still letting people wrestle on the indies now. You know what I'm saying? WWE's being more lenient about their wrestlers going to travel out and
They really are, yeah.
and being in different promotions and stuff like that. I think that's a good idea, you know, for if she does go and sign with WWE. I think that would work wonders for her.
Yeah.
I just feel like in AEW, she's been amazing in AEW.
Yeah.
She won the belt. She won the Owen. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like when her title reign was, when she had the title, she would just get thrown to backstage segments and, you know, backstage promos. And she was never really being able to present herself in a way to where she can show her dominance. She had good matches with the belt too, but then it just all went full circle back to Tony. It's like they did that just to give the belt back to Toni Storm. And I love Toni Storm, and I think that they should have just kept her with the belt if that was the case. But I see what they're trying to do, play the story game, you know. But if Mariah May goes back to AEW, I know she's gonna do her thing. But if she goes to WWE or wherever she decides to go, she's gonna capitalize wherever.
Yep.
The AI.
It's been a great episode 3. Again, I want to say
What we holding for?
we ain't going on for nothing. Again, I want to say appreciate y'all support. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of live events coming up to be on the lookout for, like we said at the beginning. Shout out to everybody a part of the podcast right now, man. We doing our thing, and you know we also got our solo things going on. So we'll make sure to plug y'all in on the in the description. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on everything, and peace out.
This is House Money ENT, and you remember the house always wins.
Fuck you, LaShawn Johnson.
Stick it, bro.